Hello, welcome. This is going to be an all signs reading. We've already done all of the signs up through Scorpio, and this is part 3 of this. And we're starting out with Sagittarius. And as I said in the previous 2, this is based on today's Daily Dharma. We have all of those cards laying out here on the board. And I went through the entire Daily Dharma, so if you want to go back to the one immediately preceding the date of this video to get the whole story, feel free. Otherwise, part 1 of this video has a real quick summary synopsis of the main takeaways, and each one of the sign readings will have some references and variations on the themes that came out for the collective energies. So now let's go ahead and move into the Sagittarian collective. What is it that Sagittarians need to know right now? Pisces, father issues. So Pisces, as we've been talking about, has Neptune over there, and Mars has just recently passed by. So it's like taking action on subliminal messages and ways of acting subversively. There's this issue of someone wanting power and control and validation for who and how they are. There's Pisces. It's like, let me see. Let's get some more cards. Healing father issues through that connection of Mars and Neptune with the moon passing by. It's like having repercussions for our actions, our words, and witnessing our highest and our lowest expressions. 1111 twin flame popping out. So this may be a masculine or both parties having issues around ego validation, power and control, and assertion, people playing roles out for each other, some type of old codependency, and I'm feeling it's there's been a karmic path up to this point. I feel safe to be myself, coming over closing door and beloved radical acceptance. It's like closing the door to the dissatisfaction of the father that says that we won't be enough because he has not accomplished, he has not dared greatly. And don't allow, or sometimes a very seemingly successful or profitable father or somebody that has a lot going for them thinks that, well, I struggled to get here. Everybody should want to struggle to get here. But if your sense of self doesn't feel healthy and whole by that type of mentality, then you're being told there's a different way to express yourself where you feel safe. Get out of hermitage for a change. Reclaim your power. So Sagittarius, this Pisces element also is another mutable sign, like Sagittarian is the mutable fire sign, and Pisces the mutable water sign. So there's this reclaiming the power of your emotions and it's something about the understanding of the dynamics at play. Okay, reclaim your power from Pluto, or with Pluto's help. Pluto is over in Capricorn. Pluto popped into Aquarius for a brief moment in time and then retrograded back into Capricorn. And it'll be kind of going in and out there between those last few degrees of Capricorn and first few degrees of Aquarius for the next couple of years before it finally makes its home in Aquarian, the sign of Aquarius, I should say. And so that is what a lot of people are saying will be the true push to get the Aquarian age underway. I'm seeing Gemini pop out as well. I'm seeing Pisces and Gemini. If you look at the signs, look at the glyph, the little symbol on the bottom here, and how they can be quite similar, but one has one bar, one has two, I get it, but there's definitely something about the energy of self-reflection about our impact upon another person, how we're being perceived, and wanting the approval for using our assertive nature, our aggressive nature with somebody here that's healing these father issues. And then another person who has perhaps been more on the passive end of things, trying to stay safe and secure inside their hermitage. They're being told to make a change, to embrace their power, and to move from the Piscean abyss, and to put that into the form of that trailblazer Aryan energy with Mars moving in there. So somebody feels like they get bored easily, 8888. So this is coming out after this Gemini energy. So yeah, there's something here with the Pisces and the Gemini in the 1111, 8888. There's a divine power shift going on right now. And if the signs of Pisces and Gemini are relevant to you, if you know people that have those elements in their chart, all the better for you. And if not, it's the abyss energy behind the veil. It's where all energies kind of meld into the cauldron, and Gemini is where we express those and where we get curious about something or inspired about another. Contrasted with bored easily, it's telling me that you've exhausted the potential for healing in your own energy, and to make further headway into these father issues that are rearing their head, it's going to take you communicating, moving out of your comfort zone, and integrating with other individuals and speaking to other people about emotions, maybe another particular individual. But there's something coming back around, and I'm seeing that it's your ability to inspire yourself and to stay on the positive end of the emotional spectrum. There's an inner conflict going on here, but you do inspire someone here, perhaps to make changes. 9999, is it completion energy? Mature feminine with ulterior motives. So there's this aspect of self-inspiration coming through, and we're also seeing initials Q, R, S, and T, and the number is 7777. Soul retrieval, Taurus, throat chakra. So somebody needs to speak their truth and look for their blessings. There's something coming through because you got soul retrieval and reclaim your power, healing. So father issues, I want to get this out before I get these cards. Father issues, healing. It seems like father issues come with our authority, the correct use of power and assertion. And Pisces is very subversive, and Gemini is very mirroring. So it's about taking action versus not taking action. It's about getting your alignment right so that things come back around to you. Coming out for your energy, we have the Enchanter's Wheel. That is the Wheel of Fortune, crossed by the Ten of Boons, Ten of Pentacles. Look at that gathering of friendly faces, inviting, warm, dancing, laughing, music, a very intimate setting. There's an inner conflict when you want to get out and join with other individuals. Oh, the need for approval. Maybe you think that when you go out into a group that other individuals either don't have your best interest at heart, or you're not going to be interesting, or you're not going to fit in, or other people. There's this imposter complex. That's what it's called. When you feel like you're the odd person out and others are all getting along and getting together, but clearly underneath the surface they don't really want you there. That is an illusion. Look up imposter complex if that speaks to you. Because maybe your father or authority figure in general was someone who made you feel like you didn't belong, or like you were out of place, or that you weren't enough in some type of a way. Coming out next, 3 of Spells, letting that crap go with love and light, and having the expectation that as you release that, new things will be coming into your experience. Child of Visions. Page of Cups. This keeps coming out today, and it's raining here today. She's playing in the rain, walking or skipping through the forest in the rain, delighted. But it's an innocence, an innocent emotion, and wanting to be held close for all that you are. In the recent past, 7 of Spells is defensiveness. A bunch of like individuals, a clan of little minions or flying monkeys are coming after you and saying something, or you're feeling caught out, or what do you say? What's that saying where everybody comes at you because you're different? Yeah, there's some type of a way that you stand out and apart from the crowd here, and somehow others are feeling like this, like they have some type of a say over this. Maybe this is family or friends or people saying that you should do the tried and true method. So yeah, that needs to be awakened, your sense of having the higher ground. And look at, okay, all of these little gnome guys, whatever they are, the 7 dwarfs, I don't know what they are here. But you're the dragon. The dragon has way more power, and it doesn't even need a magic wand to cast its intentions, because the dragon is that powerful. So you've got a sleeping dragon within you, and this is what needs to be awakened. It's the foundation of the situation. These people come at you because you're different, because you're special, because there's something about you that threatens their safety and security. So don't hide yourself away. Get out and embrace all that you are. Oh yes, look at this. The abandoning father with 2 children in the background. This reminds me of that Hansel and Gretel depiction where the man takes his children out into the forest and leaves them and goes back to the stepmom, the new wife. And here he's shown like crying and sad, but he's the one who abandoned them and is running back to his captor, Stockholm Syndrome, leaving them behind. And so the kids are like, now what? What's going on? And the father can only see how hard this is on himself. And it's like, were you left alone because your father or authority-ish person, the one that has given you some issues to negotiate here? It appears that they were always preoccupied with their own healing, their own security and safety, their own inner conflicts and their own power, and perhaps kept you in a position where you were trying to win their attention or approval, and it just wasn't forthcoming. It was never something they could gift you. It wasn't part of the plan. But so these children from an early age have had to figure out the path for themselves. They've had to forage, they've had to hunt and gather. And it's like these father issues may have made you a certain way to either be different than this individual or to accomplish those goals in some way, to feel that you've done enough, to feel your power and potential, but it doesn't come through achievement. There's no point of arrival. And last card here, Two of Spells, just making that choice to divine your own destiny, to hold. Maybe somebody broke your magic wand, and so you're sitting here like, well, they broke my spirit, they stole my childhood, but they can break that wand all they want. You are still the dragon. Nobody can put your flame out. It's you that is in charge of keeping that inner fire lit. All right, anything else here for Sag? And Sagittarius is the sign of alchemy, of positivity, optimism, morals, and intentionality, philosophy. And so in philosophy, we can sometimes see the more existential or less logical reasons why there's gray area, why some people do some things that they do, and why somehow that is sometimes for our own benefit. Like sometimes you get rejected from somebody who ends up being a cheater, and in that way the trash takes itself out, right? And with this father, perhaps you would have gotten even worse issues if they had stuck around. Or maybe they did stick around, but all you saw was their misery and their poor choices. And they thought that they were being a certain way. You thought that you were perceiving the messages a certain way, but ultimately there's less respect there than meets the eye. So Nine of Spells popped out. There's a need for you to learn the lessons that are coming your way, to protect your energy, to draw that sacred space around yourself. And in meditation or astral travel, make sure that you're pushing yourself through spherical, circular portals, staying away from the corners and the angles that create shadows. That's a reference to the Emerald Tablets. Under the deck, Justice card with the Huntsman and the Good Kill. So you could probably destroy this person because they're unstable here, but it's all about you befriending the shadow, befriending the kill, and honoring the flow of things. And by doing it your own way, you're resolving a huge amount of your karma. So tap into your inner philosopher here as you heal these father issues. There's some type of twin flame-ish dynamic at play, which this keeps coming out in all of these readings. So I'm just feeling like getting straight with yourself helps you to resolve the old karmic cycles that have kept you bored with these old cycles. It's time to be yourself and to let yourself get out and express. The Wise Woman here with those runes, divination sticks again. Yeah, and this one wants to come. Six of Spells, Victory. Yes, it's get ready to be discovered. Okay, and you know, if you are also somebody who reads cards, a lot of people that read cards watch other people's YouTube, and a lot of people want to get out there and have their magic perceived and adored, and it looks like there's an audience here emerging, different magicians and common folk, and they're gathered and they're just in awe of this little dragon here. So if you've been waiting to get out and do something, under the deck is Starlight. So you're a rising star. There's something here that you are inspired to do that will keep you inspired and creative. Reclaim your power and re-emerge into into the world. So there's all types of ways to gather with like-minded. You can just start creating amazing content that speaks to what your highest belief is, and just let those messages define who comes to you. There are so many ways. But yeah, it looks like, Sagittarius, you are rising to the occasion, but there's still some type of feelings of needing to work and grind and accomplish and learn and adapt to what other people expect, where instead, if you just, that word justice, if you give yourself divine justice and just create for the sheer joy of creating and for sharing your energy and your insights, you become a beautiful mouthpiece of the divine. Divine wisdom will channel through you. Your voice strikes a chord, synchronous chording. I need freedom, that's very Sagittarian. Mood swing drama over the next 48 hours, possibly with someone or something that has the initials beginning M, N, O, or P, or maybe even a Virgo. But shift your focus. Somebody feels like home, wants to come see you, and is working out the will to do so. But there's also copycat energy. Anything you can do, I can do better energy. Intensity does not equal intimacy. So copycat energy there is like you need to be your own self. You can't study other people's vibe and recreate their messages and call it your own and be taken as taken at any type of value. You know what I'm getting at, right? So you need to go and do your own thing. And I think Sagittarians are generally good at doing that. It's mutable fire, adapting to the passions and the prevailing winds, and getting fired up with whatever shiny, sparkling thing catches your attention. So allow yourself to be inspired and to dare greatly. All right, Capricorn. Capricorns, what is going on in your energy? So Pluto has been working its way through your sign, as we did talk about. And Capricorn is the sign of advancement, achievement, materialism. Pisces card is showing up. So that is the sign that comes after Aquarius, but in the procession of the years, is that what it's called? Where the age of Pisces is before the age of Aquarius, because the ages go backwards through the zodiac. Sorry about the noise. I have the big garage door open here. So yeah, Pisces, shedding the layers of the previous martyrdom and victimization and workaholism. Pisces, if it's not in your chart, maybe somebody coming to see you. I'm seeing solar plexus chakra next. So somebody's working out the will to take action on their dreams. Third eye chakra. So there's some disclarity or wondering about inappropriate nature here. So somebody may be fooling themselves about something here. I'm seeing spelling. Mind your mind, guard your tongue. Thoughts become reality. Manifestation. Yep, what you believe is going to manifest itself. So if you are negatively speaking about others, or most importantly about yourself, then that energy is going to manifest as trauma bonding, right? And you'll be attracted to people who have medicine for you but don't have time for you, most likely, or those that have time for you are going to work out their issues in combative or passive aggressive, whatever type ways. Somebody here has you in the friend or professional zone or vice versa. And so there's this something about inappropriate attention and prolonging your or their presence in your life unnecessarily. Like if there's a contract that's already been finalized and the time is done, I'm feeling like you need to set some firmer boundaries with this individual that says clearly and definitively that you shall not pass. Copycat for you as well. Follower energy. So somebody wants to be like you, and sometimes I hear that Jungle Book King Louie song where he wants that red flower. He wants that fire element that is going to allow this big, huge, gargantuan orangutan, not orangutan, I don't know, some kind of monkey guy. That red flower he thinks is the key to humanness. So instead of developing his compassion or his tribe, he's just sitting back on his throne being served, and they kidnap this kid because they see that he's a human man cub, and they bring him in and they want that red flower, and he doesn't know. He didn't grow up in the man village. So red flags, unanswered prayers. Somebody's looking to you to solve something for them, or to come in and give them the key to being the most awesome, most special person in the whole realm. But there's some red flags that another person is witnessing here. Chiron coming out as well, which is the wounded healer. So you may be a healer and somebody loves your vibe and they like to be around you and they want to prolong this and be what you want. They want to show you their best side, but then we're seeing mood swing and drama. So if you don't just let them do whatever and you end up setting up some boundaries, there may be some mood swings coming up and some retaliation energy. So just guard your energy. Trust issues with this extrovert. Ancestors are sending you signs and synchronicities. There's a lot of healing here. And you feel like home for a reason, not because everyone belongs in your home, but because you carry the essence of love, security, stability, groundedness, inspiration. You are the divine feminine and divine masculine all rolled up into one, and your radical acceptance of people right where they are helps them to heal. But sometimes people get lost and think that the healer is doing the healing, when in actuality the healer only points the way. They can lead the horse to the water, to the healing, to that consciousness, but only the individual who needs the healing, they're the only one that can actually manifest this change in their own life. And it's by getting their own business in order and not relying on you to do the work for them. And you'll want to guard yourself from enabling other individuals to see you as their sense of stability, without guilt or shame, or creating any sense of guilt or shame for them, or them projecting false guilt or shame at you. 4444, you are protected from any captors or kidnappers, such as Pluto, Hades. There's soulmate energy even with those that we aren't intimate with, because we have medicine for each other. But stay in your expansive Venus energy, self-proclaiming and confident, working on yourself. There are many who are instantly attracted to the light that you are in this world. And if you are the one attracted to someone else's light and feeling guilty because either they're not into you or whatever, that's okay as well. It's all talking about accepting where you are, and where was I going with that? Building confidence, working. They're instantly attracted to your light, but also if you're the one attracted to their light, then the message is that you need to start emanating your own divine light so that the right people can be attracted to your divinity, to you in all of your light and dark attributes. Close the door on feeling like you have to be like anybody else to be liked. You are the special. So don't take anybody else's lead. Don't follow them. They're lost too. Soul retrieval. Yep, you feel like home. Home is where your heart is. Home is where you invest your energy. Your inner temple is your home. That is your reading, Kathy. So good luck with that. It's about transcending the material and recognizing the beautiful gifts inherent to just walking the journey and not preoccupying yourself with getting more or being better or reaching the highest. It's about the journey. Appreciate the here and now. Don't become lost. Just follow your guiding light. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? A big spill. Momentum, drive, and speed. Motive, motivation. So, yeah, that Mars moving from Pisces into Aries is probably going to be quite big for you. Okay, I'm seeing, okay, intensity doesn't equal intimacy. So don't push too hard, too fast, and be provocative in trying to get people to respond and react, or creating a reaction or some type of passive-aggressive attempts. There's something here. 1111 twin flame. Reclaim your power. I don't want to lose myself again. Leader, entrepreneur, trendsetter, boss. Emerging here with the full moon energies, that lunar eclipse that we had recently perhaps. We're moving back into new moon energy now in the next few days during the time of this recording. It's like you really want to rush into your boss mode level up, like you have been dying to take these opportunities and you've got these green lights. But if you rush into these things, there is the potential of losing yourself, either losing yourself to the minutia of like, oh, well, now I've got to market, now I got to fill my funnel of people that want my services. You know, sometimes there's something to be said about just creating your service and letting the sales aspect come secondary. Because, you know, like I always tell people, there's a reason why toilet paper companies don't need billboards. Because you're going to buy toilet paper. I mean, they still have ads just because they want you to pick theirs over another. But, you know, you don't need to put a big billboard out there about, well, I'm powerful. Look at how much I've achieved. Look at my resume, potential partner. Or, you know, rushing to sell all of your friends and neighbors and to close the deal. There's a barrier to communication and a barrier to bonding that happens because people don't want to be sold, they want to be served. And so if you're creating a service, then you're not necessarily best served to push your sales, push your services. What can you share? What can you give? What is the gift and the special skill that you bring into this world? So instead of rushing forward with that third dimensional template of this is how you succeed in life, you have to rise every day and you have to do this. That is somebody's recipe for success, but it doesn't need to be yours. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't feel like every day you're waking up and thinking, oh, thank God I live this amazing life, you know, there's a good way to go about success and a very entangled, enmeshed, chain you to the wall aspect. Self-care, exactly. Thank you. So whether it's with this lover or a potential relationship, potential pairing, power couple working together, or setting out roles and tasks for each individual, there's more to it than that. There's a lot of intensity at the beginning when you rush, when there's an intimacy and a depth that wants to be accomplished. So today I was kind of beating myself up about going through these messages a little slower than I did the other day, but it's all for the best. When you have to slow down, you'll know. Red flags, unanswered prayers. Exactly. Don't go too fast, because there's something that is going to try to get you caught up in a distraction. It's another lower vibrational temptation. Copycat. Anything you can do, I can do better. Follower energy. So if you're an entrepreneur, trendsetter, boss, do you want to copy other people's templates? Do you want to copy their messages and then just rename them and put your smiling face on that billboard and say, hey, I can, be your lawyer. I can this and that. So, yeah, something that works and something that has amazing value has organic reach. And so by being your own self and setting your own limits to be broken and beating your own personal best, the personal record. Yeah, the only person you need to compete against is yourself. Yeah, so be a leader, not a follower. But then when there's a time where someone else is busy being a leader and it serves the process, support other people's leadership potential. So I was telling somebody recently, they came to me and they were talking about how they employed a lot of young people in their past, and seemingly a good percentage of those people later went on to create their own businesses, and many of them in the same industry. And so this person wasn't worried about having people sign what's known as a non-compete agreement, where after you stop working for me for the next 5 or 10 years, you can't work for the competition and you can't open your own business based on what I've taught you. He didn't have one of those, and he was innocently telling me about, with this little bit of a twinge of bitterness in his voice, that other people may surpass him because of his instruction. And I told him, I have always thought that the sign of a great leader is one who turns out and creates other leaders, not one who creates followers. And he was a little bit floored. I'm sure he went home and had to stew over that. I'm sure he went home and told his wife. And it probably opened up his awareness of his value and his legacy. It's like, yeah, these people didn't make his business a multi-million-dollar business, but them making their own selves into successful people in whatever way it's a credit to him for the best and the worst of him. So don't lose yourself in same energy with other people or worrying about people. You don't want to create a bunch of followers. You want to create a bunch of leaders that regard you as an equal. Pisces coming up next. It's that the two fish that are connected by their mouth, I believe, is the symbol. And it's that mirroring image. It's Pisces sees themselves in the abyss. Everything is me and I am everything. And I'm reminded of a mantra coming from one of, what is his name? Matt Kahn, Kahn, I believe. Matt Kahn, or Khan. Anyways, he's just gotten back out onto YouTube, and he does a great job. Oh, and Mars is next to Pisces here, and then Aries. Oh my gosh. Yeah, check that out. Pisces, Aries, and Mars. So Mars is just moving from Pisces into our Aries, having that resurgence, a new zodiacal cycle, and it's gathering up. Okay, I didn't finish the Matt Kahn thing. So Matt Kahn said in this one mantra, I am not bigger than God, and God is not bigger than me. I am not bigger than God, and God is not bigger than me. I am God. I am that I am, but not in a way that other people get so triggered by, but in the symbolic way that if I am looking into the world of physics and harmonics and earth and nature, into those Fibonacci spirals and golden ratios and all of those mathematical languages that show us the sacred geometry as the precursor, the thought and the feeling and the unique individuation that has to happen to enable our greatness. It's pulling those things through the sense of I am a divine channel. I am a divine emissary, speaking the intention and the will of the cosmos into form, because the cosmos wants all experiences, light and dark, because all things trigger and compel us to seek and to push and to become more, better, faster, more. Somebody may be falling for you hard, but they have trust issues. So with that copycat energy, be as authentic as you can. Take your mask off and allow yourself to have radical acceptance for self and other. Somebody may be scared of commitment, but they're looking for stability, a best friend, and a partner, a lover. Music reminds them. So if they have trust issues, maybe send them a melody that speaks to you. All right, that one was a long one. Let's get you some tarot as well. So, okay, Aquarius. Did I do tarot cards for Cap? Everything is divine. All right. Here we have Three of Boons is the Three of Pentacles, and so I'm seeing this as what goes into the cauldron of our creativity. It's all of our essence, our good, our bad, our indifference, in as we stir our alchemy, our chemistry into the soup. And when we're cooking, same thing, we can create medicine or poison based on the energetic expression that we're pouring into the recipe. And I see this crow over here has a quill in its hand, and it's writing things down. Like, they look like little fortunes. I don't know if you've had a fortune cookie recently that had a message on it. I feel like some of these are messages from the divine, messages from nature that are coming through, and you're perceiving them and you're putting them into play here. And you may be a chef or a cook or somebody who makes literal medicine, but I'm seeing this as just like the creation of self, the creation of potentials, the wise woman at the bottom. So yeah, you're definitely a highly evolved spirit, and it looks like you're going to have a lot of momentum as Mars pushes into Aries. So get yourself centered and aligned, because once that momentum takes over, there's going to be a lot of intensity. You may be meeting someone if you haven't met this individual yet, but don't lose yourself in this. Gather yourself and ground yourself in advance, and you will have what it takes. So it may be you with the trust issues. So slow it down, take as much care as you need, and recognize all those old red flags and unanswered prayers were aligning you to the perfect moment. Ace of Visions crossing. Beautiful. Look at that mirror image yet again. So there's this spiritual rank being reflected here, as well as you seeing the best in someone else. Maybe there's this putting someone on a pedestal, and that needs to come down to earth. Radical acceptance of self and other says that the beloved is not bigger than us, and we are not bigger than the beloved. So there's definite twinning soul connection information coming through here. Starlight coming out as your hope. You've been praying and wishing, you've been through it. You've had your hard times, you have reasons for these trust issues, and you don't necessarily want to lose yourself. But yeah, someone that you can have deep conversations with, that enjoys your love of music, and is ready to be stable. So yeah, your hope and inspiration in your belief in this is helping it to manifest. And then Justice coming through, that is also the 11 card. So we have 11, 11, and the 11. My hair is driving me a little bit nuts if you can't tell. Sorry to keep playing with it, I'm sure that's distracting. The Justice card here is saying that you'll get what you deserve, and it may have been a long trek through the forest, but you will not go hungry. You have the skills. And I'm hearing for you, it may be a Sagittarius. Did Aquarius come out in the Sagittarian reading? I don't know. Go back and look if you have those elements in your chart, or if your beloved has those elements. But there's justice will be served, and you're not forgotten. I feel the power of that message, that your wishes are right there at the precipice. You've climbed the mountain, and it's time for things to go in your favor. You've been overlooked. You've overlooked things. You've let opportunities pass you by because they just weren't the right one. And it's okay if you've been single a long time, or if you are contending with separating from a job or something that no longer holds passion or purpose or relevance for you anymore. There's an emerging opportunity that may have crossed your path recently, somebody that just flitted across your vision, maybe someone from your past or somebody from your recent experiences. If you're wanting to reach out, don't hold yourself back. There's a lot of potential on the board for you. Child of Boons coming out in the near future. There's that element of reaching out and getting burned by temptation. And I'm feeling that masculine fear of the devouring feminine. The spider in the bowl of that initial card was kind of ominous to me. But spider is actually a great energy, weaving the web, interconnectivity, and so many other things. I feel it's more of a fear, but once bitten, twice shy type energy. What else with that? 5 of Spells. Yes, somebody has messed with you and reduced your magic by manipulation and gossip and slander. But that is divine timing. It's put you into this state of recovery and suspension, suspended animation, I'm hearing. And you're coming out of this very soon. So this is your resting, grounding, getting yourself really centered and aligned in resolving these fear complexes. and trusting yourself, believing in the universe. And moonlight coming out too. Somebody is still in your energy that is creating distorted energy. So if you have some X's in your energy that you either are still considering what happened, what went wrong, do your best to use some type of energetic tool or process to sever that energetic cording and connection. You can invoke Archangel Michael and the blue sword of justice and protection to sever the connection and replace it with only those loving connections that you are ready for in your life. So yeah, don't be afraid to jump through that rabbit hole, because not everything that glitters in the moonlight is gold, but also not everything that glitters in the moonlight is ominous. I mean, the moon is reflected. We had the reflection of the swan. We have the reflection of the moonlight. Moonlight is bringing up something deep in your past. It could be yourself or another born in the year of the rabbit. Needs to be released. This was maybe a false twin flame dynamic from your past that really wounded you, or more than one. I'm getting a big cramp here in my back. It's soreness and the need to lift your head up, to square your shoulders back, to use posture. Posture might seem nerdy to some, but the weight of your head being looking down at your phone, at your device, at your cards, or at your burdens, or at your feet while you're walking, it's not as inspirational as looking up to that moon and having a conversation with the moon about what you really want and desire and deserve. The moon's disclarity and chaos doesn't always lead to that bad cycle. It can sometimes be just the antidote to your healing. So yeah, if you're doing some moon magic, it is definitely well starred. Conjure up the beautiful aspects that you most want in a partner. Not like, oh, they need to have this kind of complexion and eyes and attraction rating, but I want somebody who's honest, somebody who's fun to be around, somebody who's uplifting and supportive, somebody who loves me for all that I am, but always keeps showing me how I want to grow and change and evolve. And what else do you want? Somebody who can meet you where you're at and follow. Oh, I said the word follow. Follow you down? Is there a song in that? Maybe you know it. Following you hard. Somebody that also falls in love with you. Yeah, and then I have this liar card popping out here. So, and under the deck, moonlight. So you know who to trust and who not to trust. Don't find yourself conjuring old relationships back to the forefront unless you are doing so to release them. Because with Mercury retrograde and all of the ecliptic energies, there's that Neptune urge to fall back in old patterns, to say, well, you know, that old tragic garbage heap of a creation wasn't really as bad as I thought. Maybe they'd still take me back if I caught up with them. Maybe I was the problem. But you deserve justice. You deserve the huntsman, not the liar. Seven of Vision, you have many options, and the clarity is for you to decipher. So conjure up what you do want, not what you don't want. Weave your future golden. Oops, that doesn't go there. Work with your hands, perhaps. Go to a gathering where like-minded individuals support you, and nobody's going to single you out. That creates some type of rest and rejuvenation, something that is fun and diverting and gets you into the energy of what you do want. And that's where you can find people that also want what you want. Places where people gather to do things that you like to do. There you have it. Aquarius, I didn't expect your energy to be so contemplative today. But yeah, so Aquarius, definitely something coming through for you. Let's move ahead. Aquarius, if you need a personal reading, you can, on a limited basis, I have only a few slots open at a time. You can get one by emailing me. That's the only way to do it. It's only a matter of time before those crazy bots come and try to jump into the comment section of my videos here, because it just happens. But the only way to get a personal reading through myself is to email me at mpressivewarrior. It's EMPRESSIVE, mpressive warrior at Gmail. So I'll try to pop that into the description box below so that you can get that spelling. Moving along. Okay, Pisces, we've reached the final sign of the zodiac. You've had some big energies in your big energies in your life recently. Get out of hermitage for a change. A, B, C, or D may be prominent initials of somebody or something that you're thinking about, obsessively thinking and talking about, perhaps, because we have throat chakra as well. So I'm hearing that you're obsessed with a certain either hobby or study, and you are just bursting with knowledge and want to share it but don't know how. Getting out of hermitage can be on social media, it can be in the real world, it can be gathering with like-minded individuals on so many different levels, and it can just be getting out of the house for a walk, even if you don't encounter anyone. But it's saying that you need more stimulation for this next part of your journey, possibly because you've been feeling bad about yourself. It says, I don't feel worthy. And there's a return or reunion on your mind. Are you obsessively thinking and feeling that you're destined for an ex, but then you're not feeling worthy of it or of anything new, and so you're clinging to this past situation that felt so good in the moment? And hermitage can also be like, we hermit up with our favorite friends as well. So, wow, look at what came out with that. So if you're only sticking around your favorite friends that always give you the same affirmations or always tolerate your same bad jokes or tolerate your habits or patterns, then these same types of predictable exchanges they're limiting your expansive potential. And with return reunion, I do feel this obsessive clinging to something, like wanting someone back very obsessively, but you need to get out of your mind on this thing. Sacral chakra, also about worth and desire and passion, sensuality. Exploring what puts you into that sensual space is a big deal. I feel you're near me when we're miles apart under the deck here. Yeah, there's something else about your own creativity. Like if you only do, let's say you're interested in one hobby so exclusively, and then you have your career, which you do one thing very well, and you have a predictable approach in a predictable day where you have this first, this next, everything clear in a nice little panned out way. It's saying to shake things up, to get out of your predictable mindset and explore something else that can fire up your passions and fire up something new for yourself. Because as you become newly inspired, you become newly attractive and magnetic, because you're channeling obsessive energies into something productive, expansive, and new and different, instead of so predictable that you can just do it. I mean, you can only, I saw 10010 when I said that. It's like what, the Matrix, 1010. Yes, no, yes, no. I love to cuddle and kiss water. Don't you, Pisces? Wouldn't it be great if it was all like that? But it's not. We have to have the good and the bad, because it's that motivation to push through and to go out into new areas. Retreat from whatever doesn't serve you, this old rejection that's kept you feeling abandoned, neglected, fearful, or averse to the new. You're dreaming about somebody here or something. Mercury, dreaming of talking and connecting and manifesting this other individual, of coming together and exploring, and that deep intimate connection that you want on that deep emotional and intellectual level and feeling. Taking a chance, Earth Star Chakra, unity consciousness, and that cock block card. Okay, so we can't always get what we want, but if you try sometimes, you just might get what you need. Rolling Stones. So that's great. So obsessive energy doesn't feel good energetically, and you're blocking your abundance, and you're blocking yourself from future experiences by obsessing over the past. The past is gone. So unity chakra, unity consciousness here with Earth Star Chakra, it's talking about that common thread that connects and bonds and binds us all. This person, even if they have rejected you and retreated, I sense that it's because you are, flip in reverse if you need to, I sense this obsessive energy kind of coming over and shrouding out and crowding out, like crossing swords with the other person's space, their sacred space. And the more that you trip over yourself to get inside someone else's sacred space, the more you're abandoning yourself. And that's why you don't feel worthy, because there's no treasure being guarded to the inside. And that's perhaps why other individuals are not being perceived by you as the right people coming towards you, that you would be, that you would love and be attracted to in equal measure, because you've got this abandoned inner child sense coming out here. So don't block your own blessings and your own attractability and sense of electromagnetism. Magnetism is when we get into the time-space reality of deserving and love and sharing and caring and cultivation of our inner garden. And so when we're in that space, we are truly magnetic and attractive. And the electric aspect of things is when, from that place of true clarity and understanding and resonance with our alignment of self, with all that we came here to want and do and be, acting from that point, taking your assertive action to follow up on the truth of the matter with Ace of Challenges, Ace of Swords under the deck here. We need to sever ties with defeatist, self-sabotaging habits. And it's like these two popping out here together. that troll energy uprooting this tree, and he's like, I'll have my way no matter what. So we have this death card of the Black Shook, putting an end, a final period at the end of the statement, a statement at the end of the paragraph, and the paragraph at the end of the chapter that can finally have you seeing resolution in this matter. It's not good for you to hold yourself back in this manner, and you know it, and you're ready to put a death to that, but it's creating a tower moment, an ego death, but it's allowing you to build on a stronger foundation where you invest in yourself very, very clearly. And this energy here, it's like this, I'm seeing this as a lack of self-acceptance. The guy who sees himself aging in the mirror and feels a certain way, like the scraggly beard. It's like, you know, maybe you need some beard balm or something. Did I lay out your cards here? I did not. Okay, so that's your initial shuffle. Okay, so we'll put that here in the center. So you need to put some type of an ego death to play and to invest in yourself, like the beard balm. It's like the craggly beard, like grooming your beard. I know beards are a big thing right now, so a lot of people are, and if you're feminine, you know, don't go growing your beard if you don't want to. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can totally tell those bad jokes, and I can get away with it because I can't hear you. So this individual's like getting his hands dirty, and he's working with the earth, but he's seeing himself as larger than life. There's this humility necessary, but there's a skewed self-image and a beating oneself up for not being enough or whatever. But yeah, taking time to groom your appearance is self-soothing, it's self-caring. It's not about presentation so much as the broadcasting of self-respect and self-care and self-love. That's what it's about. So yeah, take your time to dance in the rain. This energy keeps coming out with this playful innocence of the inner child essence that wants to come out and play, getting out of hermitage for a change and having a new experience, getting out and meeting new people and talking about new things, maybe letting another person guide the conversation or lead the group for a while so that you can observe what happens when you're not trying to control and dictate and assertively or aggressively dictate outcomes. Yes, and then at the base, what needs to be awakened is the enchanter. This magician energy I talked about with Mercury here, manifesting against another's will for another to come back to you when it's not what they want, is a waste of energy, and it will waste your life right before your eyes. Yeah, check out this guy's beard again. So he's kind of letting himself go because he's so enchanted with this image he's created here that he wants to manifest. But what it is for you to manifest in relationship isn't another person's will to come to you or to fall in love. Those love spells are very karmic in nature, and they only work when the other person is a willing participant. And it's only as good as the potential that you guys share together. The enchanter needs to work with ultimate integrity and dharma and needs to manifest love, not person. Not, oh, I want so-and-so and I want them to fall in love with me. I want them to see me as attractive. I want to be everything that I can be for them. Then you're just pushing yourself out of your energy into their energy when it is actually, it's taking you out of your alignment. So work on aligning, work on Spirit, help me create and conjure the love for self that helps me to understand my beauty, my potential, my purpose, my mission, my impact on other individuals, and the blessings that I have to share with other individuals. What can I bring to the table? I desire and manifest a loving partner that is perfectly formed for me. I allow the universe to surprise me by showing me something I may not have even considered, and to surprise me with the best possible outcome as I work for my own highest possible good and share my abundance outwardly from that centered point. In the past, that liar card has shown itself a little bit. So there's temptation off the path. So this can be the devil on your shoulder saying, you could do a love spell. So-and-so over here is talking about this and that. Well, you could just call them up and give them a gift. Maybe they would like you at that point a little bit more because they'll be swayed by the power of your words or whatever else, or how you show yourself. All of these things are masks, and they're manipulative tactics that are bringing forth the inner gaslighter. 11, 11. It was 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 just then. So take a chance. Take a chance to be authentic and to speak your truth, to attract what's rightfully yours. Because if you're busy being someone else, the person who would fall in love with you can't even see you. In the future, there's the Lovers. See, you are manifesting this. You just need to work your way through the tempting energies to use manipulation tactics, because that won't bring you the partner of your dreams. You need to speak the truth very courageously. And it's not to this ex, it's to yourself. There's this element of self-denial and lying to oneself to keep yourself safe in some type of a way, but keeping yourself safe is a double-edged sword. It's only so good as it has time, space, and purpose, but then it cuts you and isolates you, because all of a sudden you find yourself very far from your integrity and very far from your center, chasing around shadows in the mirror. I'm sorry if that felt a little depressing, but the Lovers is coming out for you. I'll get you just a couple more on this new emerging romance or love situation. I Want to Kiss You coming out. So somebody definitely wants to get to know you. Could be somebody with Sagittarius in their chart, somebody who's adventurous and philosophical and has a fiery, exciting demeanor. They like a lot of space and freedom to be themselves, and they want you to be yourself and not to obsessively follow or chase them, because that will block your own blessings. So give somebody room enough to grow and love something enough to set it free, and if it returns to you, it was meant to be. So believe it, you are so hot to those individuals that are looking for you, but you have to be willing to pick up those lost or disowned soul parts and apologize. Let yourself off the hook for leading yourself astray. You may have some father issues to work out here, where you've looked beyond an opportunity to manifest what was right for you because you've stayed busy and obsessed and fixated on certain goals that need to be altered or adjusted based on your emerging ideas and desires and goals, the re-emerging you. Addiction, self-medicate, obsession, and grief, depression, completion, leveling up from psychic attack, inner conflict, instant attraction, and inner child. Creeping. I'm kind of feeling it's you who's in this energy of feeling the loss of a previous partner that you thought was the be-all end-all, and elevating them rather than yourself. So you've denied yourself the potential to level up and to get that better relationship. And I'm seeing you as the perpetrator of a psychic attack. So, psychic attack. There was something about the way that it was written. It looks like psychic. Psychic chick, side chick, attack. There's some lower vibrational energies at play in your life, and you're feeling like your ego is enmeshed with the obtainment of some kind of goal or objective instead of a person. So you're treating this person like a possession. I'm so sorry that this is coming out the way it is. You're in inner conflict over that, I can see, but this instant attraction is leading you back to the inner child. This person you've obsessed with is leading you back to the parts of yourself that you have projected onto those that you admire or revere or love or are obsessed with. And if you can recognize the parts of them that are so instantly attractive to you, those aspects and elements already are part of your energetic signature. That's why you resonated with them. That's why you loved them so much. And their purpose in your life was to teach you that those aspects already are in your own energy field. And that's why they were attracted to you at first. And ultimately, your mismanagement of that dynamic coherence, it's like understanding now that it's gone this far, that you've gotten yourself in this creeping vibe, and so you're ready to release, and it's coming. It really is. Mars is about to shift into the next sign of Aries, and so Mars is going out. But you've had that Mars energy going through your sign, and so the best thing that you may be able to do is to channel that energy of wanting, attaining, efforting, and to channel that urge and desire and need to take action. Channel that into something either physical or creative or self-expression, music, until you can reach into that positive mental space, positive flow, attitude of gratitude, law of attraction, and law of abundance. You've got a lot of loyalty to your work. But if there's any influences putting you in this energy, there's the evil eye right here. Return to sender. You want to marry somebody that has some chemistry, but there's also a secret admirer watching your vibration, waiting for your awareness of them. So don't stare at the doors that are closing behind you and hold on to the knob, trying to twist it and unlock it and reopen that doorway again and again. Allowing that door to close will open new doors. Yeah, the time spent holding on to the past is what keeps us from observing our options and the doors that want to be opened for us. So, all right, everybody, that is what I have for you all. I hope that helped you all. I hope that you were able to get some messages. You can feel free to go back and review any of the other signs. I would absolutely love it if any of you viewed all of this to go through and timestamp. That would be amazing for me. And I know that it's asking a lot, but if you're already on there, if you're reviewing and going through, even 1 or 2 timestamps would be very helpful. So thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, comments, subscribes. All of that good stuff helps to grow the messages, grow the channel, and it helps me to tap into the messages that most need to come out. Pisces just flew out on the deck here too. So Pisces misses someone here. Perhaps somebody that's very scorpionic energy, an ending. There was a past life influence at play there. So I'm going to definitely leave it there. And if you've gone this far with me, I will do just a love notes from the universe. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Convince yourself, not others. Change is always good. You have what it takes. So that's what I have for you all today. Thank you so much, and I'll be back again real soon. Talk to you then.